Let's talk about this. I know that a lot of us feel like I'll commit once I've got my life together. Once I got my life together, once I got everything figured out, then I'll commit. Here's the thing, life's not waiting for us to be perfect. Life's not waiting for us to have everything figured out. God is not waiting for you to have everything figured out. Honestly, what's probably keeping you back, holding you back right now, is waiting. Just the energy of waiting in general, the energy of putting off that next level until later, until a better time, until everything is more perfect. And to be honest, all that is holding you back. So I want to lay out 5 reasons why building with someone is actually better than trying to do it by yourself, better than going solo. And this might be for you if you're one of the single guys watching this, or this might be for you if you're one of the guys who's been in a relationship, but you're not going all in. You're not fully committing. Maybe by the end of this, these 5 reasons, will convince you. Maybe not, but I would love to know where you're at with this. I know this isn't the most popular conversation. I know a lot of us think like this, and I used to think like this too, where I need to have everything figured out first before I can actually start to build with someone. And that really holds us back. That really holds us back. And those of you that are, in a relationship right now, maybe you've been dating someone for, 2, 3, 4 years and you're still not engaged. I'm telling you, you're definitely holding your life back by not committing, by not just being all in. So let me just get into these 5 reasons. The first one is you get really comfortable in your own world. You get really comfortable being by yourself. When you're only thinking about you just only do things your way, and no one's really challenging you to grow. No one's really challenging you to step up. Like me right now with this video, I'm challenging you to step up, right? And if you were fully committed in your relationship, that would really challenge you to step up. It's because you've got this built-in level of accountability. So you sort of have a little bit of accountability, right, with your friends, but maybe not, right? Maybe you watch YouTube videos like this one, here and there, and you tell yourself that you're going to commit to something, right? But then no one's actually ever checking you. You don't ever actually really have to answer to anybody. You see? But when you're fully committed, now you have this built-in accountability. Yeah, they can see, your weaknesses and your flaws and your faults, right? But here's what's also cool. They can see the best in you. And they can see the best in you, especially when you don't see the best in you. And they're not afraid to call you out. And that calling you out makes you better. And that calling you out from someone who's really close to you, from someone who really knows you. That's huge, because that's honestly where the real growth happens. You'll be the first one to tell me growth, doesn't happen in your comfort zone. But I'm going to tell you the reason you haven't fully committed is because you're in your comfort zone. You see what I'm saying? So the real thing that you have to do is get out of your comfort zone and fully commit and watch your life get so much better. And the thing is, there's so many ways that she really wants to help you, but isn't, because you're not open to it. You're not letting her, because you're so stuck on, trying to figure everything out by yourself. Just comfortable and comfortable in that. Right? So maybe some of you realize that. Maybe some of you, aren't ready for that high level of accountability. And I'm here to tell you, oh well, if you really want to grow, if you really want to become the best version of yourself, understand that that's not something that you can do by yourself. You need that mirror held up to you. You need that mirror held up to you. You need that to show you where you're not truly living up to who you could be. And that's ultimately what the woman you're with wants to see in you. And she wants to be who she can be to support that. But she's holding that back, and she's holding herself back. And honestly, she could be growing more too if she knew that your foundation was solid, if she knew that like you were actually really committed. So with that being said, I want to get into reason number 2, which is you're so much stronger with another person than you are by yourself. Think about like when you've got someone really in your corner, you're not just relying on yourself anymore. You get to lean on their strengths and they get to lean on yours. So for my wife and I, like, my wife is a lot more organized than I am. She really can lock in on the fine details, and she's good with that. And so I don't necessarily, all of the money is in one pot, and I don't really have to, stress too much about all of the small details with things. She'll look at those, right? So what that allows me to do is that allows me to focus on what I want to create. That allows me to focus on, business, content creation, and just having that space to really be able to think bigger picture, which is what I enjoy doing. I personally get bogged down and stressed out and weighed down. Like, she has all sorts of stuff in spreadsheets, so perfectly organized, and I don't roll like that. And even when I did my first in-person seminar, I like to take action. I have an idea. I like to take action. I don't want to get lost in the weeds of it. And, she stepped up and was like, hey, okay, she had everything laid out, things that I would have never thought of because I don't think about those, fine details. I just kind of jump all in, right? And so because she had all of those fine details worked out, it was a much better event, and I actually made more money. I know I did, and it's because of having that support and not having to figure it out myself and not having to do things that weren't my strong suit. You see what I'm saying? So like, when you have someone that compliments you and you have that partnership, that's a game changer. You're stronger than you would be just trying to do it by yourself. Now, the third thing that I want to get at is when you're trying to get your money together, when you're trying to get your career together, when you're just trying to get your life together, it comes with its low moments. It comes with its low points. Like, life gets tough. Like, I get that, right? So when you're going through something hard, having that fully committed partner gives you some stability. Someone who's there even when things aren't messy. Someone who's there even when things aren't perfect. And I know some of you really get lost in your head and you really spiral and you really get down bad and like you feel like you're by yourself, but the reason you feel that way is because you've got this person over here, but you're not fully committed to them. So it feels like you're by yourself. And that's isolating. Waiting to figure everything out by yourself is isolating. But like when you're building with someone, you've got that shared resilience. You got each other to lean on, and you're building that together. So when you're having a bad day, they can jump in and they can lift you up and they can help you and they can pour into you. Something that, it's difficult to do by yourself, right? Like you're not, and you're not really meant to. You're not really meant to handle every single low by yourself. You're just not. So with that being said, you don't even really experience as many lows when you have someone else in your life. And that's because reason number 4, like being fully committed to one person brings out the best in you. You've got someone who's all in with you. Just think about that for a second. Everything that you want to make happen in your life, they want you to make it happen in your life. Everything that you wish to see yourself do, be, have, they want to see you do, be, and have all that, and they want to help you do it. They're there to celebrate your wins, and when you take losses, because you will, they're there to push you to keep going rather than, sitting there stuck in your loss. So you can go further with someone who believes in you. You can go further with someone who pushes you to grow. Now, I'll be the first to tell you I have blind spots, right? Like, I don't know everything. We all have blind spots. A good partner will really help you see what it is that you need to work on. I remember when my wife and I first, got together, she helped me with my delivery. I was potentially burning some bridges and doing some things that would ultimately hurt me and my business if I didn't really soften my delivery and really take a step back to slow down, right? Because she's really good with people, and women generally are better at communicating than we are. Like, let's just be real, right? And so she helps me get better in that area, brought out the best of me. I have my strengths, I have my good qualities, and she took those and helped make them better. You see what I'm saying? Now, the fifth one, building together, is just a lot more meaningful. It's a lot more meaningful. It's a lot more meaningful to have a shared experience with someone who knows what you genuinely went through, who knows what it took, who understands all of that. And so when you do get that win, she can really honestly celebrate with you, and you don't have to experience that by yourself. I don't remember if I said this in the beginning of the video or not, but I haven't uploaded recently because, we bought a house. We bought our first house and we had to move. Big move. A lot of things were happening really, really fast, but there's a different level of satisfaction with this house, with this experience than if I would have just done this by myself. I remember when I was 21, right? And I got my first place, and it was so cool, had the car that I wanted to drive, had a nice condo, vaulted ceilings, and all of it was great. But just living for myself in that way just didn't really feel like it meant anything, because after I had all of that, I was kind of in this depressed place. Like, now what? Like, what was the point of all of this? When you're all in, when you're fully committed, you start to see that. You start to see the point. You're building something meaningful together, and you get to share in all of the wins together. So if you're waiting for some perfect, magical moment, I'm telling you, you're going to miss out. Real life doesn't wait. And the right person for you, I'm telling you, doesn't expect you to have everything figured out. They don't. They don't. And if they've been with you for 1 or 2 years and you haven't been all in and fully committed, chances are they've already accepted you for the way that you are, but you haven't accepted you for the way that you are. And it's time that you did, because once you do, your life can really start to accelerate. You can start to really level up. So I challenge you, go ahead and start building together and see how much more you can grow when you have someone else by your side. So let's check in. What's holding you back? You waiting for everything to be perfect? Or are you ready to build something real? Drop a comment. Let me know. Thanks for watching another video. We're still kind of getting a lot of stuff together with the house here. As we do, you'll see me uploading more. You'll see, some different backgrounds, some different scenes a little bit more. But with that being said, thank you for watching another video on the Becoming Better Men channel. If this is your first time here, just know that everything about this channel is just about becoming better men. I don't have all the answers, but I'm sharing my journey. I'm sharing my insights, and hopefully it supports you. See you in the next one.